Welcome back everyone, my name is Ari, and in today's video we are going to compare the difference between off the plan purchase and house and land package. Let's get into this. So once you decide you want to buy a home, the very first thing that comes to your mind is whether you should build a home or buy an existing home. Now if you decide to build a home, then you will have two options. You can either purchase off the plan property, or you can go for house and land package. So in this video I'm going to explain both the terms and how this works, and I'm going to touch on some pros and cons that comes with both the plans and the house and land package. So let's get into this. So what is off the plan? Now off the plan purchase is simply you buying something that is not yet constructed. What it means, you will only have the building plans, design, and some specification from the developer, and that's all you have when you sign those contract in off the plan. Now one of the primary motive that people go and buy off the plan properties is an expectation and increase in price with time, and once the property is finally completed. So if you look at the property price in Australia has been increasing for last 20-30 years, and people, even last 12-24 months, the property price has gone up by 10-15%, even 20% in some suburbs. So people just wants to go for this off the plan just to get into the market as soon as they can, so that they can have their house in 12-24 months of time. So this could be one reason. Now what are these off the plan properties? Now off the plan properties are normally like in especially like in big cities, like the big development like high-rise buildings, they're all sold in through off the plan purchase. And then if you look at the suburb, you will see a lot of development going on, sometimes like even 20, 50 or 100 townhouses going on in one little area. So you can see those are all of those properties are actually getting sold through off the plan. So what it means, the developer go and promote their product with the design and specification, and then they normally sell 30-40% even before they get started their development. So this is how it is done. So now if you want to decide that you want to go for off the plan, there's just few things that you need to consider before you sign those dotted line. So number one is understanding the contract. Now off the plan is a purchase that you can't see until you get the final product. So you really need to be very careful, and you really need to review the contract very carefully to understand what you are getting as an end product, like once it's complete, how it's going to look like and how it is going to be. So because what's happening with the off the plan, you normally pay 5-10% deposit initially, and you pay the rest at settlement. So you kind of committing to purchase that property once it is completed. So you really need to have a very strong team behind you, like a very good solicitor who can understand the terms and condition and the clause of the plan contract. And you also need to have a very finance finance broker or a lender who can help you through with the finance side of this. So as long as you have a very strong team behind you, then you will be fine, and you can use their expertise if there's things goes wrong. So just be careful with that contract. And then the next one I got that you need to be careful with whether you should buy it directly from the developer or from an agent. Now with the off the plan that I have seen over the last few years, sometimes some of the units of the off the plan houses are the developer are actually directly selling them to the end consumer like you or the customer. And sometimes they use an agent to actually sell their houses and stuff for their plans. But a lot of the time the price will vary depending on who you're buying it from. Normally what I have experienced, if you're buying directly from the developer, then you can get a bit of better deal than going with an agent. So just be careful, just do some research, and it pays to spend some time and do some research just to make sure that you get your facts right before you make some informed decision and you go ahead with this purchase. So that's all about off the plan. Now what is a house and land package? Now house and land package is simply you buying a land first and then you building a house on it. So it comes with more freedom. Like when you are doing a house and land package, you will have complete control on everything, like the location that you wanna buy the land, the design, the specification, the colors, painting, even the landscaping. You will have full control on everything, and you can obviously choose your own builder. Like you can do customized builder or boutique builder. There's so many options out there. So the main difference is house and land package will give you more freedom to choose, and you will have more option than being kind of constrained when you go for off the plan purchase, where you have a little control compared to buying house and land. So, but there's few things that you really need to be careful when you are going for house and land. Number one is the cash flow, because house and land package can it's normally happen with the every stages. Like, so for example, if you paying a deposit for the land, that land might take like 6 to 12 months to get the ready and title. So you go to the bank and you get a mortgage and you purchase the land, and then you get a building contract and you get a construction loan from the land. So it happens on every stage. Even the construct, when like you gotta only pay in every stages of construction. So you really need to make sure that you understand your finance, you understand your cash flow, and you have a very good strong lender behind you who can actually show you how to do these things and how to navigate all these things with the builder and the land development. So and then price fluctuation. Now price fluctuation, what I mean is here, like as I said, that once you have the land ready and then you go for building, that time frame between, it takes 6 to 12 months. So in that time frame, your building cost may increase, so you may need to come up with some extra cash. And or like your land may have a slope that can cost you extra, and once you move in, you also need to do some kind of landscaping, fencing and stuff. So you really need to understand that if you have any extra cash to get those things done, so you need to very have a good understanding of your cash, how much cash you need and what stages. But as long as you know what you're doing and you have a lender who can help you through, that will be helpful, and it will be easy for you. So that's all about house and land. I just wanted to say that I have recently also done a video on the difference between buying an existing house and house and land, and pros and cons. So you can go ahead and check that video. I actually give more details on the pros and cons of both buying an existing house or or building a house. So that's going to help you understand the difference, and you can make some informed decision as well. So we're almost there. Now, what is the difference then between off the plan and house on land? Look, technically it is kind of same. You are building a house, but in terms of definition, it is same. When it's off the plan means you buying something off the plan, looking at the plan and specification and design. And compared to this house on land, you're buying a land and then you build on it. So that's simple as it is. And then the contract. Now, contract, there's a difference between in contract. So what it means is, when you're buying an off the plan property, you will have only one contract. Do you remember that? You only have one contract, and that contract will cover both land and the building component in one contract. But compared to this, when you go for house and land, you will have a land contract and you will have a building contract for your construction of the house. So remember, there will be two contracts when you are going for house and land. And number 3 is ownership. When I say ownership, what I mean is that when you're going for off the plan, you're gonna be an owner of the house once the property is completed, once the construction is completed and you settle the loan. But with the house and land, you become a owner of the land at the beginning of the process, and then you build on it. So the ownership, it's just the stages. It's not a big difference, but it's just how it works. And the final one is vendor. Normally when you go for off the plan, you will have one vendor, because you're just buying it directly from the developer. It could be through an agent or directly from them, but there's only one vendor. But if you are buying house on land, you are so you'll be buying a land from the land developer, and then for the house, to build the house, you will have to have a separate contract with the the builder, like so many builders out there. So you'll have two different contracts and two different vendor for when you are doing house on land. So but basically end of the day there's not much difference. So I think if you're looking to get into the market as soon as you can, off the plan is a good choice for you, because sometimes a lot of the off the plan you can expect to move in 6 months time. And if you think that you really want that freedom and you want to have your own touch on your building, the designs and materials that you want to use, obviously, and you have some time, you obviously want to go for a house and land package, because that will be your number one preference. And I think based on what's your preferences, and house and land. So I think that's all. I just wanted to do a video on that, because I know I've seen that before. There's so many people are kind of confused between that two, but it's not a rocket science. It's just easy. It's just the jargon that in real estate that they use. So I think you will have a good understanding now, once and you can decide more, or you can take more informed decision what do you want to do. So yeah, that's all. And finally, thank you for watching my video once again, and I really appreciate that you take my time to watch my video. I'm hoping that I'm actually making some value into your life if you are looking to get into the market. And I think that's all. And just one thing, if you haven't subscribed, smash that button. I want to see that. And thank you for today. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.